Hey singers, thank you for joining my YouTube live stream today. I haven't done this in a while and I'm excited to have you join. I just want to make sure that I'm getting sound. All right. Awesome. Can you give me a thumbs up in the chat box if you can hear my voice and my piano? All right. Good. It looks like some people are joining now. Let me know if you can hear me. Okay. Good evening, Marianella. No, you can't hear me. Yes, you can hear me. Thank you. Okay, check your sound there. Okay. All right. Well, hey, let's go ahead and get started here. So intervals are one of the most important elements, okay, of music that there is. And it's kind of like the basic building blocks, like little Legos of music. And if we can understand them, it's going to be very, very helpful. Okay? Hello from the Philippines. Dindo, it's nice to see you. My son lives in the Philippines. All right. Is there a delay in my sound? Can you let me know that, please, in the chat? All right. I'm going to switch windows here. Okay, let's go ahead and start. What is an interval? An interval is the space between two notes. Okay, so if I take two notes, okay, there's one note, and as you, yay, thank you, no delay. Okay, so each note here has a space on the scale, okay, or a line. And if this is pretty basic for you, stay tuned. We're going to get past this in just a moment. Okay, so right here we've got the root of the scale. Okay, that's do, and then re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Okay, so 8 notes in the scale. Now, as you listen to these notes, I'm going to play them. Okay, so C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Okay, also do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Now, if you look at my piano here, do you see how these two notes don't have a black note in between? That is called a half step. This is called a half step because there's no black note. But also, this is a half step. This is a half step. Okay, anytime you play a note right next to another one, that is a half step. Okay, so those are right here. Okay, this is mi to fa is a half step. Do, re, mi, fa. Okay, and then sol, la, ti, do. And if you look at that, they're almost identical. Whole step, half step. Okay, then here's the next set of 4. These are called tetrachords. Okay, whole step, half step. Okay, so it's like 2 little scales of 4 notes. In between those 2, there happens to be a whole step that jumps over to here. Okay, all right, so let's look at the other intervals in the scale, and we're going to identify later the whole and half steps. Okay, so do to re is a whole step, and a good way to write that is with this little bracket. A half step, a good way to notate that is with this little caret, a teepee. Okay, then whole step, then whole step, then whole step, and then half step. Now this carries on, of course. If I wanted to keep writing notes, it would just repeat itself. Okay, so you would have another half step here and another half step there. So that pattern of whole, half is all throughout every major scale. All right? So let's listen to each of these intervals. Do, re, mi, fa. Okay, this is different sounding than this sounding because of this note in the middle. See, it's a wider space. Then fa, sol is a whole step. Then sol, la, whole step. La, ti, whole step. And then ti, do, half step. Now, half steps have a special power. They're like a magnet, okay? So when you hear this chord, for example, okay, that chord really wants to pull to this. And down. Okay, now let me tell you why. Look right here. Okay, this is one of our little half step or notes that's a half step in the scale, in the white notes. Okay, and this one is also a half step. And these 2 notes want to pull together. See, they're a magnet. They want to go this way. So, and do you hear how nice that sounds? That's a natural sound to our ear to pull together like this towards the half step. Okay? So, understanding the whole and the half steps is vital to understanding all intervals because those are the basic building blocks. So let's go ahead and let's look at some other intervals here. We're going to follow a pattern. We're going to follow the most dissonant intervals, the most, things that maybe you wouldn't want to have your alarm clock sound in the morning, or this one, right? It's like a horn on a car. Okay? So the most dissonant intervals are these. Okay? The half step, the minor second, because it's unstable. Okay, so, why is my pen writing? There we go. Okay, so we have this C and this B, or this do and T are half steps. Then our mi and fa are half steps. Okay? Now those are the smallest, most dissonant interval. Now if I take this B, okay, and I move it up here to the other B, because it's B, or Ti, Do, Re, Mi, Fa. So let me just point to these as I'm doing it. Ti, Do, Mi, Fa, or Ti, Do, Re, Mi, Fa, So, La, Ti again. Okay, so this is Ti, and this is T. Those are an octave apart. They sound like this. Okay, so T, Do. Now if I take this T and jump it up here, then it makes a major seventh. Okay, I'm going to explain what the difference between major and minor is in a moment. Okay, so minor second, and you jump over, and that is a major seventh. Those are the two most dissonant intervals. Okay, and minor second. All right. So this, the other most dissonant interval is called a tritone. Okay, and you remember on my little piano here, I showed you these 4 sets of notes, the tetrachord. Okay, notice what note is right in the middle. Okay, when I play that middle note with Do, it's equidistant from here to here, and that makes a very dissonant sound. The tritone also has other names, which I will explain later. Notice what happens with this tritone. We've heard that sound before, because look. This is a tritone. Ti to Fa is a tritone. Okay, so that most dissonant, unstable note wants to resolve in, or okay, all of those create that pull to something else a little in different keys. So this one wants to resolve to this, and this note, when you hear it, wants to resolve to this. Okay, so the half step, the major seventh, and the minor I just did that. Minor second and major seventh are the same things. Okay? And the tritone. Okay, so let me write those out here. Major second. Whoops, I keep saying that. Okay. Minor second, major seventh, and tritone. It's just 2 T's. Okay? All right. Now, let's look at the most consonant. Dissonant means unstable. Consonant means stable. Okay? That means when you hear it, it just has that pure sound. It's not going anywhere. Okay, an octave, Do to Do, or C to C if you play the piano. Okay, that is the most stable of intervals. So I'm going to expand a new line here. So C to C is an octave. Oct for 8. Okay? It also has a title before it called a perfect octave. Just like I said, minor second and major second before. So minor second, major second, a perfect octave. All of the really stable intervals are called perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to take the perfect octave, and if I was to invert that and bring this C down, it would be the same note. Okay, that is called a perfect unison. Now you don't usually call this anything because it's the same note, okay? But if two voices were singing the same note, then they're singing a perfect unison, okay? So a perfect octave, a perfect unison. Now the other two perfect octaves are these. Okay, this is called a perfect fourth because we have 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Oh, looks like we got some more comments here. Okay, welcome from Serbia, Vicky. Awesome. And Haley, I think I know you. It's good to see you're on. Thank you. All right. So a perfect fourth, okay, has a very distinct sound. It sounds like an open drone on a bagpipe or when a stringed instrument plays two strings. Listen to this. Hear how open that is? Okay? Now, when I invert, remember invert means you take the bottom note and you flip it up on top. Okay? So this so, I'm going to move up here. Now look. Well, I'll redraw it over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's a perfect fifth. But notice this note G this is also a G. Okay, so octaves are not symmetrical per se. Okay, because 8 and 8. So when you take one, then you have to add, for example, if I take this C and that C, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then if I play this C, it's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or I'm going to a D. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? All right. So perfect intervals. Perfect octave. Perfect fourth. Perfect fifth. So if you can hear the difference between a very dissonant interval and a perfect interval, you're already well on your way. Okay? Now, if you want to, we're going to practice some intervals a little later on in this stream. Okay, so we've done the most dissonant and the most consonant. Now let's talk about the remaining intervals. Okay, if I go back up here to my scale, A major third is do, is do to mi, major third. All right, that sounds like this. That's pretty consonant sounding, isn't it? To our ears. But remember that over time, our ears become accustomed to different things. And in early music history, that was not considered a consonant interval. Okay, if I take this major third, I bring this C and we leapfrog over to this C. Okay, that sounds very similar, but you notice it's not a third anymore. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's called a minor 6. And this is why we can't always trust. If it says minor, we think, oh, that must be something that's going to sound sad. That's not always the case. Okay, you have to be able to understand where it is in the scale. And we'll talk about that later too. So, major third, minor third. Any major interval that you invert becomes a minor interval. So, major third, then forget that. Then this E up to this C here is a minor 6. Okay? What's nice is when you take these intervals, if you add them up, they will always add up to 9. So a third inverting to a 6 is 9. Okay? Or a second inverting to a 7th is 9. Okay? Does that make sense? All right. So let's go ahead and do the last 2 intervals besides the tritone. Well, no, we did the tritone. Okay, the major second we've already talked about. When that major second inverts, it becomes a minor 7th. Okay, remember majors invert to minors. Okay, so here we go. If I write C or do, re, or C, D, and then up here I write another do, re. This is a major second. Then if I take this and go up to here, this is a minor 7th. So major, second, minor, 7th. All right? So we have covered every interval in the regular scale. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Okay, that's the white notes. Now that major scale can be changed. Remember our pattern, whole step, half step. Then you skip a whole step to start again. Whole step, half step. I can do that pattern starting on any note. Look at this. Whole step, half step. So there's my tetrachord. Now I have to skip a whole step to start again, and then sol, la, ti, do. Okay. Now let's see if I'm having issues. Let's see. Did I miss the stream? No, looks like we're still going here. Okay. So please stay tuned. I am still going. All right. So let's take this and let's practice listening to the basic minor and major seconds. Okay? These are the two building blocks. Thanks, Sandra. Sandrar, sorry. Okay, so I'm going to switch screens here. All right. So this page right here is off a website called musictheory.net. And I'll put these links in the description after this so you can go and practice yourself if you'd like. Okay, what we have here is a key signature. Okay, a key signature are flats and sharps. And this key signature determines where the beginning of the scale is. So let me open up something here. This website's cool because you can change what exercises you want to do and share them with other people. So we're going to go through and do a little key signature lesson here just so I can show you this other part. Whoops. I didn't mean to do that. Open in a new tab. There we go. Okay, so whenever you see a flat, okay, that is going to be the fourth note of the scale. Okay, when there are flats. That means you go 1, 2, 3, 4. That means this right here is do. Now let me do one other thing. Okay, open it. Whoops. Okay, there we go. Okay, well now it changed, but that's okay. Okay, I want to show you in solfege here, just and then we'll go back to note names. Okay, I was starting to talk about flats, but I'm going to talk about this now because we have a sharp in front of us. Whenever you see sharps, that's this hashtag sign, you take the last sharp and you go up one note, and that becomes do. So if I have do, re, well, I think I'm going to confuse some of you right now. Let me do it on my iPad rather than use this technique here. Florida mom, I hear you. Sometimes I think I may have ADHD too, so it's hard for me to focus on a lot of things. Okay, I'm going to show you on my iPad because that other is a good way to test, but not a good way to teach it. So we're going to just look at flats for a second, okay? So once again, I'm going to go do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, or C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Okay, now I'm going to take a flat. Flat always starts here on this middle note. Okay, now remember I said it's the fourth note up. So if you look right here at this note, okay, that's your F. I go, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is in the key of F. Every key that has flats, you can use the exact same method to find it. So if I go like this is nice, okay, because when there's more than one flat, you can actually just go down to this note and it's the fourth note down. So that is a B flat. So this is the key of B flat major. Okay, the next, okay, if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, that is an E. So this is the key of E flat. So 3 flats is E flat. Okay, and I'm going to just draw on a different line here. So B flat. Whoops. Okay, so this would be A flat because this note is A. So the second to last flat falls on where Do is, the home key. You can call it by a note name, you can call it by Do. All right, they both are just different ways of saying the same thing. So Do is not always C. Okay, in some cultures they learn Do as always C, but I prefer to think of Do as what key you're in so that you can switch whenever you see a different key signature and start to memorize how those sound and feel. All right, let's quickly go over the sharps. Okay, whenever you see a sharp, remember you go up one note, and then that is what key you're in. So this is a G. Okay, if I was to have 2 sharps, they follow this pattern. And so one note up from this is a D. So G major, D major. Now right now I want to put in one little plug, okay? I made these little stickers. Well, it's, you know, my logo. I'll show you my logo really quick. Okay, hopefully you can still hear me. But my logo there is the circle of fifths. And so I made these little water bottle stickers that I've finally figured out how to print and sell if you would like to buy some. Okay, they look like this. All right, and if you go to order.solfasinger.com/home and then just click here to order, then you can buy a 10-pack or a 20-pack and then just follow, and then I'll ship some to you. This is something I've never done before, but you know, I think it could be useful to people. I know a lot of teachers could buy them for their students to stick on their water bottle, and then when you want to know what key it is, you just whip out that water bottle and you look at it and it will tell you what key it is. So let me try to blow this. Whoops. There we go. There, we'll just look at it right here. Aha, okay? So that's an expanded version of the sticker. So C major, okay, is at the top, and then G major, D major. And if you remember, I just talked about one sharp, G major, two sharps, D major. I said one flat is F major, two flats is B flat major. Okay, and it just goes around a circle. These bottom ones are a little confusing, so don't worry about those yet. But these are your main keys, and you can just use this as a quick reference. The circle around the middle are the minor keys, and we'll talk about those another day. Okay, so let me go back to our interval recognition. Okay, this is a part where I want you to participate, and the chat is just a few minutes behind, but I think it's still going to work. Okay, make sure I still have my screen shared, and I do. All right, so if you look at this, it's saying, is it a major second or a minor second? So I want you to try to figure this out with me. I'll talk you through a few of these. Okay, we have one flat. Okay, remember when we have a flat, all we do is go down 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I hope you can see my cursor. So B flat, okay, the middle note, B, and then the bottom space is F. Okay, now I can take that F and I can jump up here to the next octave. So F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, now if F is do, do, re, mi, fa, so. Remember, in the major scale, only mi and fa are a minor second, and ti and do. And this is do, re, mi, fa, so. So it's a major second. Woo, okay? All right, let's look at this one. Now, this doesn't have a key signature, but when you have a little flat next to a note, that's called an accidental. And that just tells you that one note or anything that follows in that one measure is flat. So C to a D flat. Okay, I'm just playing them on my piano here. That's a minor second. Can you hear that? How dissonant it is? Okay, let's look at this one. So can you figure out what key we're in? B flat, E flat. Okay, so the E flat is the last flat. You're going to go to the second to last flat. This is do. So do, re, mi. Re and mi are whole steps because mi and fa would be half steps. So whole step. Okay, here we go. This is, remember when there's only one flat, you have to imagine that that other flat was right here. 4 notes down. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is do. Do, re, mi, fa. Fa, so. Not mi, do, not mi, fa, and not ti, do. So it's a whole step. Okay. Here is a sharp. This is our first sharp example here. Remember, you go up 1, line or space, one step. So right here to there. So this is do. Now you have to go down an octave to find out where the do is. Do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. This is on do. Or let's do it with note names. D, C sharp, B, A, G, F sharp. They only show one sharp. You just have to remember that this octave is also sharped. F sharp, E, and then D. So look what this is, a C sharp. So C sharp to D, this is do. So this is T, T, do. And there it is. Okay, your half step. All right. Let's jump to a different type of thing here. Okay, this is the opposite. And like I said before, I'm going to put these in the description and I want you to try them out. Okay, so we have one flat. That means do is right here. So let's move that over there. Do, ti, la, sol, fa. Now this is asking us, what would a major second above fa look like? Fa, so is a major second. So you push these arrows. Whoops. Oh, I forgot to tell you. So this right here is a B flat. Okay, because this is B flat up here and that's down an octave. So B flat to C is a major second. So now we're going to submit our answer. Okay, let's do another one. Oh, look, they kept us in the same key. Okay, we know that this is do already. Do, or fa, mi, re, do. So a minor second, if I was just to go up to G, that would be do, re. And we already know do, re is not mi, fa, or ti, do, which are the only half steps. It's a whole step. So I got to take this and I got to bump it down. So I'm going to click this flat. Now it's a minor second. Yes. Okay, let's do one more. Okay, there's no sharps or flats here. So we're in the key of C. Okay, remember C is right down here with a line through it, or this is also C. So the spaces are F, A, C, E. Okay, so this is do. And a major second, do, do, re. Okay, re, which is right here, is a major second. Okay, so we've only done 3, but I want you to practice those. Now let's go to our last thing. This is now it playing for you, and I want you to see if you can figure out what it is. I'm going to play it, and then I want you to wait just a second, and then put it in the chat. Okay, here we go. Okay, what do you think? Major second or minor second? I'll play it again. Okay, anyone willing to guess on the chat? Okay, so this is a minor second. Okay, I just found it on the piano. Okay, there they are together, dissonant, minor second. Ba, ba. Okay, what do you think? All right, let's play it again. Major second or minor second? Okay, it's a major second. And let me give you a little hint on this one. Do you know the song, Happy Birthday to You? Ba, 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 ba. That's a whole step. Okay, and let me give you a hint for half step. Okay, if I was to play a half step here. Do you know that song called Für Elise by Beethoven? Okay, that is a half step. And then Happy Birthday is a whole step. Okay, let's do another one. So, okay, that kind of gave it away because it kept the top note the same. Na da 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 ba 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 ba. Minor second. Happy birthday. I'll let you think about it for a sec. Does it sound like Happy Birthday or Für Elise? Happy birthday to you. All right. All right. As we wrap up this live stream today, I would like to show you something that I think would be a nice way for us to communicate and participate together. Okay, let's say that you were to try this link on your own, okay, and you wanted to practice your intervals, okay? After you did a few of these, you look at the percentage at the top, how many out of how many, because I'd be interested to know how you do. I'd like you to send me an email at roger@solfasinger.com and send me this link. So you go to the menu, click these three dots, then click Show Progress Report. Then here, you would write your name and you would sign the report. Boop. Okay? Then click Copy Link and send me this hyperlink in an email. And when I click it, it will bring up this little report with your name so I can see how you've done. And if you didn't do well, who cares? It's more about how many you do and you start to become familiar with what they sound like. And we're just going to start with the major and minor second. Okay? We can go more in depth later. But if you are just learning, really solidify those major and minor seconds. And then I can send out an email with maybe links to the other intervals that you can practice with, and you can share those answers back with me. All right? So what I would like to do now, I'm not sure how delayed this chat is. I'll put my email address in the chat so you have it, Marianella. Okay, there is my email so that you can have it. Okay? I would like to know in our last few minutes if you have any questions about intervals. Please put your questions in the chat and I would be happy to try to answer those. Okay, I want to show you one more time this, just my website here. If you're interested in getting water bottle stickers. Okay, so you would click on this and then add to your cart and then select the quantity, then view cart, and here you can select quantity again and then go to your checkout. And here you can pay with a credit card. Okay? Now I just print these myself and send them. So I don't have anything fancy yet of a distributor, but I just felt like it would be a nice thing for people to have these stickers. So if you're interested, you can fill that out and then I'll get a notification. I'll go and pack some stickers in an envelope and I'll send them to you using the postal service. Okay. Also, one other thing, if you're ever interested, my website, solfasinger.com, has a lot of different resources that can help you. If you want to download vocal warm-up tracks, you can come here and I sell all 3 albums, which has a lot of tracks for only $19.99. You just click here to purchase them. Okay. Each album contains 20 plus warm-up sound files, so you can just download those MP3s on your phone. And then the other thing that is really fun, and I have people that join these classes every week, is individual or group lessons. You click there and you can sign up to join a sight singing class, which usually ends up only being like 5 people, and I get to interact with you. It's over a video call, and it's only $20 for that 60-minute class. If only one person joins, we usually just do 30 minutes, but then you get a one-on-one, and it's really fun. And I try to, these blue highlighted numbers are the days when I have open, and then you can go and register, and you'll get a link in your email that shows you how to join that class. So that's for sight singing. And then on the off Mondays, I had one today with 3 awesome students. You can sign up for a class where I actually help you to sing better and expand your range and understand how to create a better tone, a vocal tone. So those are the things that I offer. I hope that this video has been useful to you. Let me see if you've got some questions. I've got a thank you. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and close the live stream, and please email me if you do have questions, and I'd be happy to help you. If you have an idea for a video that you would like to see me create to help you with some aspect of music, please also email me and let me know, or put it in the description, and I always try to respond. So please take care, and happy singing, and thanks for watching today.